My name's Martin. I live near Oxford.
And you tell me you were interested in, what was it,
Terraforming.
terraforming. I've never heard that phrase before. Can you explain what that means?
I guess I would say it's shaping landscape. So it's a slightly more aggressive form of gardening, maybe, where I look at a space and imagine for a while what's potential it holds, considering how the seasons will change around it, what light.
It's more aesthetic than landscape gardening, you would say.
I guess, why don't I use the word landscape gardening? I think it's because no, I don't really know the right word. It's because I like to think of what will be a natural use of a space. I think landscape gardening sometimes takes the shape of a space and simply changes it into something else. I like to meditate on a space for a while, imagine what potential there is in it. I will bring things in and alter it. I like the idea of imagining how it would look at its most aesthetic. But that's both taking into account geology and flora and soils and light.
A sympathetic approach to it.
Yeah, but I'm willing to significantly alter the spaces if necessary. I guess I'm struggling to come up with rules here. But I use the word terraforming to say yes, I would reshape the ground if necessary. I like a bit of hard work.
And you do a lot of gardening. You were telling me about this way of growing.
Yes, I've grown. I have a 40 by 40 plot that's technically mine, but I've also been growing vegetables in other places. I have a patch of a very difficult strip of ground in front of my home, which is very dry and east facing and under trees, and I've spent years grabbing anything I can from the local horticultural society to find what will grow in it, but I'm quite determined to make it into a beautiful space that isn't just taken over with ivy and brambles. But that's quite a struggle in its own right. But I believe that spaces can be beautiful, and that also because that space is quite in the middle of the village where I live, I know that the space has an impact on people. And so if it's overgrown with ivy, I think that has an impact on people's minds as they walk through. And and I think that it's almost as if I feel more claustrophobic than others do when they see something overgrown with ivy than they would if it's grown in a more...
You make a contribution to the mood of the
that's the aim,
community.
Absolutely. I think that's what gardens are there for.
And also, you say you're involved in some writing.
Well, no, I've been writing for years. I have a passion for walking around the British coast. I've walked about 5,000 miles of the coast.
Well, you're the second person who said that in the last week.
Well, there you go. I need to quiz you about the other one. But so I started trying to write that up as a more a detailed sense of almost a personality profile of the coast, rather than simply a breathless romp through it, and not trying to express how fast and how difficult it was, but more a sense of the wonder and the beauty.
Did you do it all in one long trek?
No, not at all. No, I suppose I've done it a little as someone making a film would, thinking the best opportunities to do different scenes and different bits depending on the time of year and how long it would take. I wish I would do it again and do the whole thing, but you need...
How long did it take then? 6,000
Well, no, what
miles?
I've done, I guess, because I don't walk a long way in one day, so 5,000 miles would be probably 500 journeys, so you can do the maths in terms of how long that's taken. So it's
by a journey you mean a day's journey? A
day's walk, because there's not time to talk to people and stop and take in places. If you do much more than 10 miles a day, I think, of course, if I put my feet into it, I can walk a lot further than that, but then I find that I'm racing past people and missing opportunities to engage with the world around me. So I think actually 10 miles a day is about right.
And did you write about it?
I have written about it, but I've not yet done anything with that writing, and a little frustrated by it, which is why I was coming here
today. Did it get published at all?
No, but
you do plan to do that?
I am still nudging in that direction.
Slowly. I see.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Well, you got anything on the internet about it? You could do a blog or something?
I do have a blog. It's almost completely unknown because I've just used it as a repository for my thinking, and I haven't really publicised it.
Well, could we see it? I mean, is there an address?
There's fragments on there. It's www.naturetale.co.uk /blog.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
So it's www.naturetale
Yes.
.co.uk/blog.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Well,
There isn't even a link at the moment between the home and the home page and the blog.
Oh, I see.
Right. They happened as two separate projects. So
yeah.
The Nature Tale site actually I developed as a way of logging my fascination of nature, and it had this tree of nature, going animal, vegetable, mineral out, and anything I had a photo or image of or anything I used to actually store in there, and you could track these different paths and find these images of anything from...
This is on your website?
That was there. I need to... It's since I upgraded the site, the mechanism's broken down that actually serves the pages on it, which it's all there, but I need to...
do some repairing.
Do a little bit of repairing, but yes, literally it used to be a sort of almost a sort of a tree of the animal, vegetable, mineral...
Interesting idea.
Aspects of nature. Just a way of expressing my fascination for nature.
But were they linked to the walking you were doing?
I guess there was some link in some way. I mean, only linked through my general fascination for discovering. I love Britain and I love exploring it, and I suppose the coast was a natural way of expressing that, walking the coast.
And why are you connected with Barmouth? I mean, is it just you like it here?
I came here. I think certain places have a certain atmosphere. There's just a few places in Britain I love. I think when I came here, I was interested to see that people like John Ruskin had actually cited the Maudoc Estuary as some of the most beautiful places they'd been, and I think somehow, not knowing that, I'd resonated with that sort of sentiment, that there's something very beautiful about the setting of Barmouth and the bridge and the estuary in Cadair Idris and the view out over the Flyn, and it's drawn me back many times.
Well, come back here. When you come back to Barmouth, call and see how we're getting on in the gallery.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Great. Thank you very much.
Well, that was far more lucid than I was expecting it to be.